Yeah, so I've been researching, implementing, architecting software solutions for over 20 years. Been in my background too, spent years at Vista Equity Partners, researching software, selecting software, architecting, and implementing it for their portfolio companies. And at the core of the Vista playbook is the quote-to-cash process. And where that starts is the quoting. Unfortunately, the solutions out there, no real good solutions out there that we'd run across previously. Big Machines, which actually previously was a Vista company, very, very heavy-handed implementation. You have to learn their code. Aptus, other portfolio companies had struggled with that. Salesforce CPQ, which was the former SteelBrick, kind of the most common one you can find out there. But some real-world stories about that too. So talking to some other portfolio companies from other private equity firms. One portfolio company spent $700,000 trying to implement Salesforce CPQ. It still doesn't work well. Another portfolio company from another private equity firm I'm speaking to right now, they spent 2 years trying to implement Salesforce CPQ. Still doesn't work well. And then my experience in the Vista world, we did implement it one with SteelBrick and then one with Salesforce CPQ. Multiple implementations, around 6 months. And once we got to the end of those implementations, less than an ideal result. In many of those implementations, they've had to send consultants back in to redo the implementation to try and make it work better. So given that, many, many challenges, so I was hoping there has to be something better out there. So I ran across DealHub, and DealHub absolutely has met all the requirements and an amazing piece of software. I've spoken to many investors, many research firms about DealHub, and when they hear the story, they're just as impressed of how good a software it is compared to Salesforce CPQ. So the challenge is the norm at what we had at Assure. CPQ, we had functionality gaps. We had reps going in there. We had about 400 to 500 products. They would just look at a list of 400 to 500 products. So if you ask 10 reps to sell the same mix of products, you're guaranteed they would come up with 10 different mixes of products. So there's no consistency. We're losing revenue opportunity. There was true revenue leakage. And it was taking, on average, 9 to 12 months for a rep to actually learn the product mix. But even after that time, you would still get variations in that product mix. So what we wanted was a one platform, ideally for everything. We wanted a fast implementation, less than 2 years, and something easier to use. And we wanted that truly guided quoting. We didn't want the reps looking at 400 products, trying to select from those 400 products. And the beautiful thing about DealHub is that dynamic journey that you create. You ask questions, and those answers just create that dynamic journey. Also, too, what it really fits is the modern software stack. The old school software, it's on-premise, it's lots of code, it's heavy implementation, you need multiple admins to admin the product. That's the old school. New software, the more updated software, it's cloud-based, it's connected natively. So this is natively connected to Salesforce. No integration work was done. And the main thing too, it's user configurable. So when we implemented this, it was myself and our pricing analyst implemented this on a part-time job over 4 to 6 weeks. User configurable, no code was written against this. When once again in the Salesforce CPQ, multiple lines of code, it took months to implement. So that user configurable is very, very key. That user configurable with no code. So what we had there, we had Salesforce CPQ. We had to have Conga for the output, and kind of a note on that too. The implementation of the output, which is very, very key because you need very professional looking output to your customer. Incredibly challenging to get good output because those tools are not connected. So trying to develop very professional output was always a huge challenge. And then DocuSign actually worked really well because it was integrated with Salesforce. So we had 3 applications on our tech stack. So we're able to replace all of those applications with DealHub at a huge cost savings. And also too, the implementation cost savings was, once again, we're talking 1/100th of some other implementations on a cost basis, and from time frame exactly, much, much quicker, 4 to 6 weeks to get the application fully up and running. So finally, our end results were just as we hoped we were. They're absolutely amazing. Reduction in sales training, once again, it was 9 to 12 months, and now some of our most productive sales reps have only been there a month, and it was impossible before. The ROI, the revenue leakage that we've stopped. Now we're selling the correct products every single time. The discounting rules are correct. The approval rules are correct, because once again, that is all user configurable, increased sales productivity, and we know we're selling the right thing. We know everybody's selling the right thing to the right customer every time. So huge, huge improvement there. So that is our experience with DealHub, an amazing application that has totally changed the game. And lastly, that microsite for the output, which is a living document, incredible that we're able to tailor, once again, that dynamic journey based on what the user selects, what products they select, what playbook they're using. We can control automatically the user content on that microsite, so we can target it automatically to the customer based on somebody trying to manually select content. So that living document that the customer can see, that they can show to other people at the company, is amazing, amazing improvement versus a very static, flat document that gets passed around. All right, so that is our story, an amazing journey, huge improvement, and one of the most innovative applications I've ever implemented.